Here guys, in today's video, 3 simple steps of getting your character geared from 0 to hero, so you'll be getting to this gear that you can see within perhaps a couple of days of playing. So I'll tell you what exactly you should be doing. By the way, this is a guide for new players. I was a new player myself very recently, and I managed, so I'll tell you exactly what I did wrong, what I did right, and what kind of got me to the place where I am right now. So let's just get started. Before we do so, however, please remember to leave me a follow on Twitch and a like on and a subscription on YouTube. You can also like below the video and tell me what you think if you enjoy this type of content. So let's go. Step number 1, guys. Okay guys, so the first step starts in here. This is probably the longest bit that you need to go through in order to get ready for, Mythic Plus content, raiding and PvP. And this is getting your Heart of Azeroth and getting it leveled up. And this is gonna be quite time consuming, so brace yourselves because that's gonna be quite a lengthy process, as I said. So first of all, when you reach level 50 and you have a subscription, you will definitely get a quest from Magni, and this will basically tell you to go to Silithus. And this is basically here on the map, so this is in Kalimdor. This is just kind of a small province here, and you're supposed to just go to the side of the volcano, just, with this giant sword kind of smashed in the ground, just go through the portal and follow the quest. And it will just, generally speaking, tell you exactly what you're supposed to be doing, so just follow this questline until you obtain the item. And this is it. This is basically you just getting the Heart of Azeroth. Now, when you get it, it's not level 132 item level, it's just very, very low. It's level 1 as well, so there are basically very low bonuses on it. And the first mistake I made was actually just getting this item leveled, just on its own by doing dungeons and such. And this is really what you should not be doing. What you should be doing is actually just kind of skip it. There's a very nice process that allows you to bypass leveling this thing and also unlocks a super cool mechanic called the Essences, which basically empower your heart with additional cool mechanics and empower your abilities, give you some new skills, and just allow you to, become a stronger character overall, because they also give you quite a lot of stamina. So basically getting your Heart of Azeroth to level 50 is a matter of a very simple, straightforward questline that shouldn't take you too long. The issue with this, however, is that to do this quest and get access to this, you actually need to unlock certain reputation prerequisites. And those reputations will actually require you to go through quite a lot of other content. So just get to it then, shall we? Okay, so here it is. So this is the part in which I switched to just talking about Alliance. I have no idea what the Horde questline looks like, so I can only tell you about the Alliance questline. But you just have to get to the point at which you can get this quest, uniting cool TIRAS, and complete it. And this is absolutely the necessary bit. You cannot skip it in any way or form. So in order to continue get your character to this decent point of power, you need to complete all these little quests that will lead you to this point of getting this this kind of overarching storyline for, I think this is 8.2 BFA. So basically what you need to do is, if you're playing Horde, you have the equivalent quest. So just kind of talk about Alliance here. I'll leave you the link to the quest for Horde in the description. So you basically need to get 3 reputations in order. So those reputations are as follows. So Proudmoores Admiralty, Storm's Wake, and Order of Embers. And this is fairly straightforward, so because for the very first 2 reputations, all you really need to do is just do the quests in the respective areas. So just have a look at the map, I'll tell you where exactly you have to go to do those quests. So basically, you go to your map, and where you have cool TIRAS, you have to do quests in the Stormsong Valley, and this will basically allow you to get friendly reputation with the boys there. So here is the Storm's Wake, and that's the reputation that you need to get to friendly, and the other part is Proudmoores Admiralty, and to do this you just quest in Great Sound. Those are very straightforward things. You probably need to do about 10-15 quests in each of the zones, and you just kind of keep looking here. At some point the friendly will pop and you are done. You don't need to do anything else for those 2. The problem happens with the Drustvar part, because for this you do need to get, so this is Order of Embers part of the quest, and you just need to unlock access to the storyline for the Order of Embers altogether. The problem with this bit is that you indeed this will be quite a time consuming activity overall, because this takes you through a very, very long quest chain in Drustvar. Another problem is that in order to unlock Drustvar, you need to go through the BFA intro questline. So you basically need to just go from the Stormwind City, get on the ship, go for all the Jaina's mess that she leaves you with, and just kind of sort things out. So that quest starts, basically you just have the campaign quest that you unlock. You just have to go to Stormwind, talk to the king, and just go with Jaina to the BFA zone of Cool TIRAS. Once you get there, you just kind of follow the quests up until a very specific moment. So let me just take you there now. So guys, at some point you will reach Harbour Master's office, and you will have the option to unlock or just have the scouting map unlocked. This is the place. You get a quest to unlock it, and you get to choose where you go. And at this point, you actually have to choose Drustvar. If you do this, you'll basically just get a very long quest line at which, once you land in this zone here, kill some Yetis, you will get the unlock of the Order of Embers, and it will become friendly with you as well. And this is basically all you really need to do. You're almost done with this questline altogether. The only thing that remains is actually you also, that's another bit of this, to get the Uniting Cultures quest, you actually also need to do one more thing, and this is the scouting map. So, sorry, no, this is the enemy territory. So you'll get access to the war table over here, and you'll be supposed to unlock 3 footholds for your faction in the opposing faction's continent, which is in this case is gonna be the Zandala. And there are basically 3 footholds you have to establish: one in Nazmir, the other in Volden, and the third in Zuldazar that is. And if you get all these 3 unlocked, you will be good to go. There is nothing else left for you. You basically get the access here to talk to this guy, get your Uniting suit to, I think there's gonna be Gen Greymane, and he will actually give you the ability to get that quest going eventually, right? So you unite Cool TIRAS, and you are now ready to take another quest, and unfortunately, in this time, at this point, it's gonna be 8.2 quest line. This is gonna unlock the Heart of Azeroth up to level 50, which is, I probably don't have to be telling you this, it's an immense boost of power, because not only does it increase your item level, the questline itself awards you with a shitload of items and a lot of gear, right? That's just gonna kind of power up your character. And also, in the end, you do unlock the essences. So let's just kind of have a look at that. If you have done everything up to this point correctly, you will have unlocked your 8.2 questline, which is the Najatur quest. And this opens up with you going to the Wolves Offensive and then kind of getting enough quests to meet Magni, because this takes you to Najatur, which is a very nice underwater zone, and just kind of quest there up until the moment at which you meet Magni. And Magni will give you the quest called Essential Empowerment. And this is the set of quests that will eventually, it's very short actually, doesn't quite take that much time to finish it, but this questline will give you just kind of follow them, like they're very straightforward. It will give you Heart of Azeroth being leveled to level 50. You also unlock the essences, give you your very first essence as well. And I would say you just have to do this. There is no other way to get your character to be on par with everybody else. This does give you level 50 of Heart of Azeroth, which actually takes it to a very, very high item level, I think 115 or something. So quite a reasonably high level for this piece of equipment. And this will also, as I said, give you the essences inside. So once you do this quest, you actually are extremely powerful. This quest also gives you quite a bit of gear, so you can just, start with green items. You'll probably finish almost all blue at the end of it. So that's something I would definitely recommend. I would probably also recommend doing the Najatur quest a bit deeper in than just getting the Magni's quest, because there's also quite a few equipment pieces there. You can probably ignore it though. I did, and I really don't regret it. But looking at that, there is some nice gear over there as well. You'll get, like, I think a level 78 weapon. I think that's pretty decent. But continuing, once you're done with the Essential Empowerment, that's where I stopped doing things for a while. It was a very big mistake, because actually, if you continue with 8.3 questline, which you can pick up as well, it will actually grant you a very significant bonus to your Heart of Azeroth, because your Heart of Azeroth will go up to level 70 something just by doing the Shroud of Resolve quest. So Shroud of Resolve is the second legendary introduced by Battle for Azeroth. It looks like this, and it is actually quite a decent cloak, nothing special though. But the thing is, once you kind of are on the track of unlocking this item, first of all, you raise your item power significantly, because this is, a level 130 item, basically from the get-go, because you get rank 5 almost automatically. But more importantly, you unlock a very powerful mechanic called Assaults. And this actually allows you to gear up very fast because you have two assaults that you can do every 12 hours, I think. And those award you level 85 or even 100 item pieces. So this is going to be very, very powerful tool for actually getting stronger. This is level 90 item from the assault, by the way. So that's quite a decent bit of gear. You can also get like level 100 items from certain special enemies there. So overall, I would say I definitely recommend doing the assaults, getting the catch-up mechanic going for yourself, right? So you can very easily gear your character to about item level 90 just by doing the assaults themselves. But as I said, for this you need to follow the Shroud of Resolve questline. So let's just kind of see what this one is about. So you have unlocked the cool TIRAS questline completely. You will also receive this quest very soon. And this quest is actually not called on Whispering Winds. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I actually had a lot of trouble with completing my 8.3 quest and just because of this mission. So you get this quest from this little owl, like ghost owl over here, but the thing is you actually are supposed to cancel this. So you're actually supposed to abort it before you get going with your 8.3 quest, because otherwise you'll just not be able to access it at all. So in order to get there, you basically are supposed to go back to Stormwind again. The questline that you are looking for is the Unwelcome Advisor. And you actually meet Raffian there, and Raffian will take you through the entire questline of 8.3, and it is going to be quite a lengthy journey, so you have to brace yourselves for probably like 6 to 8 hours of questing once again. So in order to unlock the Shroud of Resolve, you'll actually have to go through a lot of quests. You can see like probably over here. The link, by the way, to all these things is in the description. It is gonna be quite a lengthy quest. As I said, spanning over multiple areas. We'll be traveling through Pandaria. We'll be traveling through basically every other Azeroth land as well. But as you kind of progress through this, you will actually unlock 2 assaults. This is the important piece of information because this actually allows you to get a lot of gear, as I said, right? So you will unlock two assaults. I'll show you where they are. So the first assault is going to be in Pandaria. No, this is going to be actually the second one. So the first one is over here. This is Aldum. You'll actually start your questline around this place. So this is going to be the first place you travel to with Magni. But this assault is basically just kind of traveling around this map piece. I'm going to actually take you there. So kind of wait for a second. Okay, so this is the zone number 1, guys. This is Aldum. In Aldum, you actually get to unlock your assault. Once you travel there with Raffian at some point, like during the quest, you just get the access to the assault. This is just a bar that you have to fill. The first mission actually of the campaign of 8.3 will actually require you to fill this bar and complete the assault. What you get for this is actually, first of all, the cash, which gives you a very decently leveled piece of equipment, and secondly, actually, you also get 750 artifact power. And also, a lot of quests that are around here will give you quite a bit of it, so definitely recommended to actually do them on a daily basis. You can see the tents over here, for instance, they will give you quite a few quests. The guys in here will give you quite a few quests to complete during the assault on a daily basis, I believe, and this will as well just grant you a little bit of Azeroth power. The way to do this is basically just kind of travel around and kill stuff, and you complete certain small tasks such as like squishing the larvae or killing certain monsters, just getting things done, squishing the eggs as well, right? That's gonna be basically that. So a lot of just basic questing here just to fill the bar. It takes a little bit, probably like 20-30 minutes to complete the assault. Once you're done, however, you get your very nice cash. You also get 750 item power. So that's gonna be the first assault. The other one basically works the same way. At the end of the assault, you also have to kill the enemy forces commander, but again, very, very straightforward and simple thing to do. Now, when you are actually done with this bit, you also have to go to Pandaria, like the quest would just take you there, to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, where the second assault is located. Again, you can do it alone, you can do it with other people. There's going to be quite a lot of PvP as well if you have the PvP mode on, because this will be specifically requiring you to contest certain objectives against the Horde. So in both the Aldum and the Valley of Eternal Blossoms, there will be quite a lot of fighting, so you should kind of be prepared for this. However, this is again the matter of about 20-30 minutes once you get the drill and, you know, killing the enemy commander and just being done with it. And once this assault is finished, you basically almost complete the entire questline, get the Shroud of Resolve, and get to upgrade the thing a little bit. And then you are basically ready. You should have a lot of blue items on yourself then. You should have like a lot of very decent gear. And this will indeed allow you to just kind of progress through the game. And it's going to be very, very fun adventure from there, because you can start doing the Mythic Plus content and such. So let's just kind of jump into Mythic really quickly now, because that's going to be the second step. Second step is indeed getting ready for Mythic Plus. And the heroic raiding, perhaps those probably will be, or the high-end PvP as well. Those will probably be your three goals for getting into BFA at this point of development. Okay, so I'll tell you about the Mythic now, and it's kind of an easy process. In fact, I thought it was gonna be very hard for me, but just getting the Mythic gear once I was like semi-well geared was actually very straightforward. And I'll just kind of tell you about a few tricks. First of all, I'm not playing a tank, I'm not playing a healer, I'm playing a DPS, which is inherently just a way more difficult shoe to fill in basically for you. So if you're playing a healer or a tank, or if you intend on doing so, in Mythic you're just gonna have an easier time. However, if you're a new player, I would definitely recommend you not to play a tank, because at this point people know what they're doing very well. They have very high expectations of tanks. Whereas if a DPS just kind of goofs around, that's kind of our thing, right? So people really don't mind us too much. And healing is relatively easy compared to tanking, so you don't really have to know that much as to how to play the game. Tank is probably the most responsible player on the team, and yeah, that just kind of takes a lot of knowledge about the game. So I'd say do not tank the Mythic dungeons at first anyway, until you learn the mechanics. So I would say DPS and healer have it quite easy as well, and I'll tell you how it works from that perspective. So I think healer is just gonna be a bit more desirable as far as the groups go. So just kind of focus on that role. Anyhow, so when you get started with Mythic Plus, you just need to get your first keystone. That's the most important thing, because that's also something I didn't know. But kind of joining other players is gonna be fairly difficult. So instead of just kind of queuing for heroic dungeons or whatever else, you just go to pre-made groups. You pick a dungeon, by the way. First of all, it would probably be a nice idea to just pick a dungeon. You can just kind of set your difficulty to Mythic by clicking your character icon, by setting your difficulty in dungeon difficulty to Mythic, and then whenever you enter a dungeon, you're actually just, I think you still kind of have to work with the lock for just regular Mythic difficulty. But this being said, you can do quite a few. I think there are like 12 dungeons in BFA. You can just do, every single one of them in Mythic and you'll be okay. So the first thing you should probably do is just head to a dungeon, or just kind of find a dungeon run for Mythic 0. That shouldn't be that hard at all. You just kind of go to Dungeon Finder, you go to Dungeons, you go find a group, and this will show you the entire list of people who look for a +0 keystone that you can join. You can see here there's quite a large group of people that will probably just accept you, because those are also relatively new players most of the time. Those fill up very quickly as well. Just look for a group with a tank, just go run those dungeons, do your thing, don't kill your team too much, and you probably will be fine. There's no time limit in Mythic 0. You just kind of have to complete those dungeons, and that's it, guys. So that's kind of a straightforward bit. You just go to those dungeons, you complete them, you get your items. Like, you probably will get an item, in 2 dungeons out of 3. Perhaps you'll get like a very decent upgrade, maybe 2, maybe 3. It's also worth asking other players who receive loot whether they would probably want to share it. If they have like stuff that works with your spec, I for instance was kind of asking people to give me like some plate items. They probably already have that item. They very often do, so they're just kind of looking for a specific bit of equipment. So you can actually get a lot of items just kind of by trading. They will just give that item to you for free very often. So that's quite a decent bump. So once you get like a lot of Mythic 0 items, that's probably like item level 80, I think, 85, maybe 90 even. This will actually allow you to kind of keep gearing up. Now Mythic 3 that probably is about 80, item level 80 I think is going to be Mythic 0. So as I said, those items will actually give you quite a decent amount of power, and this means that you probably start to classify for the regular Mythic runs. By the way, your very first Mythic run will also give you your first own keystone, and you can really never lose it. If you ever just kind of get out, the thing is, you just basically obtain an item like this. That's a keystone. This allows you to open Mythic Plus. And your very first Mythic Plus is going to be very straightforward. It's going to be +1 keystone. It's going to be very, very easy to complete it. And the way you should approach it is instead of looking for a group, you should just make a group of your own. You just kind of look here, it says like what dungeon it is, so you just kind of have a look at it. It's going to be, for me, it's Waycrest Manor, which is in here in Drustvar, so you just kind of have to complete it. It is over here, so just go there. That's a very important bit. You just go there. Create a party by, just making it in group finder. So you say, instead of just finding a group, you just start a group, enter all the details here, say Mythic, +1 or +2 or whatever, Mythic plus, right? It's gonna be +2, let's say you're ranking with +2, so then you pick the dungeon here, and you're basically good to go. You just pick the players. Mythic 0 is very straightforward, so it really shouldn't be a big problem for you guys. Just doing this just with a group will probably take a little bit, but it will eventually give you a keystone, right? And you just keep advancing the keystone. The way you do this is that every time you just kind of get a new one, you assemble a new group via using this tool, and you keep going. And this will take you to step 3 eventually, because there's going to be a very significant boost of power once you're somehow able to reach Mythic 10. That's kind of a long journey, I know, but this will probably take you, a day 2, maybe 3 to get to Mythic 10. So the highest difficulty I ran was 12, I think. But Mythic 10 actually gives you a very, very nice currency. The currency is called Titan Residuum. This is step 3, guys, because Titan Residuum is actually the item that really matters for you, because you can actually exchange it for very valuable Azeroth items. I just kind of have a look at them right now. So every week you get your residue. This is going to take place in your inn. So you basically just have to go to your to your hub master's office. Actually, for the Alliance, probably there is a hub for the Horde as well. In this hub, that's right next to the scouting map, you have a chest over here, and once a week you get this unlock. This happens every Wednesday, and if you get to Mythic 10 or above, you'll get quite a lot of residue. I think it's gonna be about 1500 residue. Maybe I got 1800 for being at Mythic 12. So that's quite a lot of residue, and you can actually get a very, very decent bunch of gear for just getting that residue and spending it at your transmog office. Because you just go to your transmog here, you talk to this guy, I think that's Vashreen, and he will indeed have Azeroth gear. Those are 3 bits of equipment that give you Azeroth traits, so very, very important stuff. This will be actually like an item level 115 for 900 Titan Residuum, and also you can get a level 100 item just for 175. So you can just basically get decked out very quickly, or just get 2 of those high tier items, or even very, very high tier items. You get enough Azeroth. I would definitely recommend you just going for this, just getting those 900, level 115 item pieces that will get level to 120 if you have enough levels on your heart. This will just feel good. And once you're done with this, you're basically really, really high item level, okay, or at least comparably high item level. And this allows you to basically handle any sort of content in BFA. You can DPS up to Mythic +15 quite easily, and you have quite a bunch of DPS. As I said, at this point, you just keep running. You just kind of keep doing your own keystone. Ignore other people. Usually, this is just the fastest way of getting things done. Just assemble your own group. You obviously should wait for a tank to join first, then you wait for a healer to join, and then you kind of start accepting the DPS players. As I said, I had very low gear at first, like, item level 18, even 75. And even at that point, I was able to climb up quite high just by, queuing my own keystone into Dungeon Finder and just waiting for people to come in. And that's basically that, guys. You can just do it, and you'll be geared well enough. If, just kind of being kind of maybe less efficient in Mythic Plus does bother you a little bit, you can always do it the other way around, which is obviously by just kind of doing the assaults. You can just do the assaults until you get enough items. As I said, limit of 2 per day doesn't feel that terrible. You can definitely just get very nice gear from the caches, and then you can just kind of get ready for the rest of Mythic Plus content, because like item level 90 or 80 will definitely be sufficient. That's basically it, guys. Those are the things I definitely would recommend you do. Obviously, having a high-level friend help you, I think I did have, I actually had a high-level friend help me through some Mythic dungeons at the start, would also be very beneficial, but that's absolutely not necessary. As I said, I was doing those low-level keystones for quite a while, and, I was learning. At first, you just need to figure out the mechanics on your own. That's kind of a bit painful at first. You'll probably frustrate a lot of people, but you know, everyone is failing at lower difficulties of Mythic class, and once you get good enough, you'll naturally start climbing up, you know, up to, you know, Keystone 7, Keystone 8, and then it's just, you know, a single good timed run, well-timed run for the next tier. And that's what I would say you should probably do. Just kind of level your own Keystone, do your dungeons, and you'll be geared in no time. And, you know, I'm just kind of in the process till I still want to get to like item level 120, 130. That is probably gonna be my end game goal here. And yeah, from there it's just gonna be very from now on already. Like once you can start doing Mythic class, once you start kind of getting into PvP as well, maybe just kind of diversifying your items into versatility if you want to start focusing on PvP. That's a lot of fun, right? You start earning quite decent amounts of money as well. It just kind of feels good, guys. So this being said, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you around the next episode. Remember to follow me on Twitch, like my video here on YouTube, and subscribe if you enjoy this content and you'd like to see more of this. See you guys.